My mother-in-law died 2 weeks ago from stage 4 cancer. Now that her safety isn't in question anymore as a domestic violence survivor, I can share that her name was Tina. She never got to pursue it, but Tina loved to write, she loved horror, and she wanted to share her personal horror story with the world. For now, I want to share her last few weeks because we had no idea how quickly someone could deteriorate from cancer, and the doctors were very misleading. Honestly, we have a few regrets from not realizing how little time we had left. So my hope is in sharing this, I can fulfill part of her wishes and also help other people not have regrets. The last time my partner got to have a real conversation with his mom was on a Friday 4 weeks ago. A few days later on Sunday, just on a random whim, he decided to go check on her. He found her in the bedroom weak, incoherent, slurring her words. He thought she was having a stroke, so he called 911, and when they came, she wet the bed and could not lift her left arm at all. It was very scary. Turns out her glucose was at 33 and hypoglycemia can mimic a stroke. The paramedics stabilized her, said they didn't think she needed to go to the hospital, but they can take her if she wants, and Tina said no. We respected her choice, but looking back, we wish that we didn't because it was all downhill from there. She was so weak but able to walk to the couch, ate PB&J, and just wanted to rest, so we let her be and advised her to call her doctor the next day. By Tuesday night, she still didn't call her doctor, so we finally realized that, shit, this is in our hands now. Because it seemed like her mind was gradually getting slower. Called the oncology office in the morning. They didn't say anything about getting her to the ER and squeeze us in for our Friday appointment. Wednesday was a bad turning point. She was very weak, could not sit up without getting tired, and needed to start using adult diapers. Friday, still weak, so we had to hire medical transport to get her to the hospital. Oncology said that she should consider hospice because it didn't seem like she was tolerating treatment well, and there were no other options. They had us take her to the ER to get her admitted to at least get her sodium levels back up. It was very scary and disturbing watching her deteriorate, especially her mind, even though they were slowly stabilizing her electrolytes. First, it was she didn't know what day it was. Like, she thought the date was 10 days before. She didn't realize she was audibly defecating in the middle of talking to my partner. Over the days, she started to make less and less sense. Said she was hearing voices and had blurry vision. We tried to talk to the nurse, but they gaslit us, saying that it was just hospital stir craziness. They didn't believe us until it finally got to a point where they found her standing up naked, soiling herself. One day, she couldn't remember her name. By her last day, she could barely speak. The hospice decision came down to my partner, who had power of attorney. It was a very haunting decision, but we knew she was tired of fighting, so he gave the green light for hospice, which is no treatment, no IV fluids, just medication to make you feel comfortable as your body starts to shut down. The really frustrating thing was how overly positive and vague all the doctors were. They would be like, we just gotta fix her sodium levels, and then I would go on her MyChart and it said kidney failure. Listen, I may not be a doctor, but I'm not a fucking idiot. Sorry, I'm still so mad about this. She was on IV fluids and stopped drinking water. You, as a doctor, should know that without water, it's a matter of days, especially with her kidneys failing. Don't tell us that it can be months before she passes. So I knew it'd be a few days, but I gaslit myself because of what the doctors kept telling us. Listen to your gut. She passed away the day after the hospice decision was made. It's really crazy how quickly she went from feeling great to dying. Like, she was doing really good 2 weeks before she passed. It felt like her body just hit a wall and it just couldn't take it anymore. I'm definitely traumatized from the past 7 months, so I'm going to be taking a break from social media except for my business account because silly me decided to start a mail club during the most stressful time of my life. Anyways, I told you all this because I feel like nobody gets into the nitty-gritty details. If you're ever in a similar situation, maybe you can be more prepared for it and have less regrets than we do.